Yes. So that's it. Another reading. The Great Treatise stays of the path of enlightenment. Volume 2. Understand this with the scripture statement with respect to the border region, the story of Katyayana. While you are concentrating in general, you should behave wrongly, and in particular you should experience the cause of laziness such as sleepiness, etc. Then you must not assent to them, but must confront and avert them. Engageable such states deeds. Thus, if a snake came into our lap and you would hastily stand up, just so if sleepiness and indolence come, quickly avert them. Furthermore, not merely continue thoughts, but actively feel displeasure at having never cure it. Contemplate as follows, because I proceeded in this way in the past as well. I have been wondering cyclic existence up to now. In particular, it is especially blameworthy that I have taken the bodhisattva vows and yet continue the things that are incompatible with the vows, percepts. Become inspired to henceforth restrain self-thinking. From now on, I shall make sure that this fault never occurs. Frequently employ both these attitudes. Engage with attitudes, says. Whenever a fault occurs, I shall reproach myself and long ponder. But by all means, I will do whatever it takes so that this shall never happen again. Strive at any deep cause that give rise to the continuing powerful mindfulness that is the root of practice. Of this practice, rely on such activities as keeping the company of excellent teachers and exciting companions and broad learning, which are the causes of this powerful mindfulness in this vein, engage in the bodhisattva of these states. In any of these situations, I will practice mindfulness. With this motive, aspire to meet teachers and engage in inappropriate activities. In summary, you must study and discern well what bodhisattva training requires you to adopt and cast aside, and then joyless perseverance continues being mindful in all your conduct of what you have understood about what to adopt and what to cast aside. Hence, it's extremely important not to worry about what which you are to persevere, how to use joyous perseverance to make the mind and body serviceable. The method for using joyous perseverance to make mind and body serviceable in the power of mastery. Santideva sets forth in the chapter of conscientiousness. Engaging in the bodhisattva is the necessity of learning the bodhisattva training is the extremely grave consequence if you do not train in these once you have pleasure to do so. How to regard the afflictions of the enemy, and the ways to generate that courage that looks upon the hardships of battling the afflictions as an ornament rather than as a burden. Meditate on this before taking up the task of training bodhisattva deeds. To stop now the inhibitions that prevent you from using your body, mind, and virtuous activity. Rise gladly to the task. Engage bodhisattva deeds says, in order to have strength for everything before engaging in any activity, I will recall advice and conscientiousness, and then gladly rise to the task. What form will the joyous perseverance produced by such a full stake? Just as wind drives a piece of cotton to and fro in joyful energy and use it for virtue, controls your body and mind. When you act along with this energy, joyous perseverance is well established. Once you produce this, you will easily achieve all the collections. Engage bodhisattva this says, just like cotton on the power of wind that blows to and fro, so I will be driven by enthusiasm. In this way, I will accomplish all. Although such tasks are difficult, it is wrong to give them up. Rather, as the glorious Matrasetta, praised in 150 verses, says, you must take effort. The sublime state is difficult to reach, is not attained without hardship. Knowing this, you intensify your joyous perseverance without concern for yourself. How to practice? You must practice any kind of joyous perseverance in association with the six supremacies, our six perfections. The rest of joyous perseverance is established in orders in joyous perseverance after you have established yourself therein. Remain perfections are in accord with the earlier explanations. Right? I think that is it. Just one more. Fine.